Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mr. Chairman, Maulana Sahib, distinguished elders, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, wassalamu alaikum, peace be on all of you. I would like to congratulate first the organizers of this truly remarkable meeting. I can see it better than most of the rest of you, and the numbers are staggering for a meeting beginning at 5 o'clock of an afternoon. Save the Children Fund, whose patron is Her Royal Highness, the Princess Anne. Christian Aid, organized by the Christian churches throughout the land. Oxfam, the most famous humanitarian organization in the world, wanted to make a charitable appeal for the 61,000 Palestinian families in Gaza whose homes have been destroyed and who are now, in this bitter winter, living amongst the stones and the rubble, in rags, without food, without blankets, without a fire. These charities wanted to make an appeal so the British people could give blankets and food and essential medicines to victims of one of the most horrific, violent aggressions in modern times. And the BBC refused to broadcast the appeal because they said it would prejudice their impartiality. Is there anyone in this land who's watched the BBC in the last 27 days who believes the BBC are impartial in this conflict? These horrific scenes that we witnessed. That little child of 3 who was shown on Channel 4 television too late after the war on Jon Snow's marvellous Dispatches program last Thursday. A child was held up to the camera by the ambulance men in the Shifa hospital, burned to a crisp, had lain dead for 4 days, her body partially eaten by dogs amongst the rubble, and her body lay in the ruins for 4 days because Israel threatened to kill any human rights or medical staff who went to recover the bodies. In the same incident, in a place called Zaytuna, which I know well, Zaytuna, the place of the olives on the edge of Gaza City, they collapsed every building in the district and forbade the ambulances from going in. And after 4 days, when they found this child who'd been partially eaten, they found 2 babies starved to death, suckling on the toes of their dead mothers. Keep that image in your mind the next time you hear the BBC talking about the need for impartiality. Well, the British government lived up to expectations. The British government, which already has 1 million Muslims' blood on their hands with the Bush and Blair invasion and occupation of Iraq and Afghanistan, has sided with Israel from the beginning, refused to denounce the aggression, blocked the passage of a UN resolution demanding a ceasefire, made sure that the resolution that was eventually passed could be completely and safely ignored by Israel. And Gordon Brown has just announced he's sending the Royal Navy to Gaza, not to implement UN resolutions, not to force Israel to free the refugees, but to stop the Palestinians from smuggling that which they need into Gaza. Let me say this, and I speak only for myself, not necessarily for anyone else. Why shouldn't the Palestinians have weapons? Why shouldn't the Palestinians have the means of defending themselves? Why should they be the only people without weapons to defend themselves? I'll be there, leading that convoy, through France, through Spain, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt. People ask, will Hosni Mubarak allow Galloway into Egypt? I say this, if we have a big enough convoy and the media cover that journey in the way I think they will, especially in the Arab countries, if we reach Egypt and Mubarak says no, we'll blow his house down. We'll blow his house down. We'll blow his house down. That's what we'll do. So be with us. Come with us. If you can't come with us, make sure we don't run out of fuel. Make sure we don't run out of medicine and food and clothes and blankets for the people we're going to find there. 61,000 families are living this night in the ruins of their houses. 61,000 families. Thousands of children have been killed or orphaned. Their mothers, fathers, brothers dead. Little girls left orphans in the ruins. We have to rebuild Gaza. We have to rebuild it brick by brick. And I'll tell you, in my last message is this, to my comrade, my brother Hassan. If their purpose was to destroy the Palestinian resistance, they have completely failed. The resistance is not broken, will never be broken, will never be broken, will never be broken. Wassalamu alaikum. Thank you.